Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dave G with the IFYS podcast, where we network, support, promote, shout out, show love, and give people their flowers right here, right now, in real time. All the time, all the time. So today, you know what I'm saying, we always representing for the city for one. And we got a gentleman here, oh man, with a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about uh the rise and fall, but you could talk about a fall and rise. I remember I saw that on one of the magazines that you was in before. I ain't gonna talk too long. First of all, he is a successful, award-winning, um, Milwaukee-based author, an entrepreneur, motivational speaker, a life coach, a mentor, policy reform advocate, multiple businesses. You got a barbershop, barber slash beauty shop. I know you do. Okay. You a barber or what exactly?
Yeah, I got my barber license, and man, I opened up a barber shop. Had it for about 5, 6 years. Started trucking.
Yeah, I see you got a trucking company, Go Time Trucking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Quite a few trucks on there. Five trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You building, man. Strong. Nonprofit.
I've done some nonprofit work, man. I was gonna get deep off into it, but I started the work boot company, man,
And which leads me to the next one, the shoe brand. You got the apparel.
Yeah.
You got the clothing.
Yeah, man.
Man, you know what? It's dope. And I mean, in your past life, you served 20 years. So that was 20 years straight.
20 years straight.
20 years straight.
June
Facing a life
96,
sentence
October.
originally.
Yeah, facing life. End up sentenced to 40 years and served 20.
Nice to meet you, sir.
All right, man. Thanks
Great to see you out here in these streets, man, and doing big things.
Yes, sir.
Respectfully, man. It was for a first degree reckless homicide.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
the
sir.
reckless homicide is what made it to 40 years.
Yeah, made it 40. Intentional would have gave me life.
Intentional would have gave you life.
Yeah.
Man, it is blessed to see you out here grinding, doing your thing, man. But yeah, so basically, not only is he a businessman, he is a full-blown business.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So no, congratulations to you, man. It is great to see such a flip and turnaround in the forward motion of your life, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of people go through a lot of crazy things, and sometimes it'd be hard for people to turn around and come back from that.
Yeah, a lot of times.
So I've been doing a whole lot of talking. Before we jump into all the meat and potatoes and all that we gonna get into, just let's go back to a young Ed Hennings.
Yeah.
Like, where was your dreams? What was your motion? What was you on? Who were you?
Man, a young Ed Hennings, man, a dreamer. Definitely was a young dreamer, man. It wasn't nothing that wasn't on the table for a young kid growing up in the hood, 23rd and Capitol to be exact, here in Milwaukee, going to schools, and just the possibilities was endless, man. I did talent shows in high school and junior high. I'm 54, so I'll be 54 next week. So I come from the breakdancing era. I come from that era. So, breakdancing, all as opposed to sports. I played basketball, football, baseball. I did it all, man. So the possibilities was on the table. My grades wasn't bad. I was pretty much a B, A minus to B plus student, but I also was in the hood. So I could have went that way.
Mm-hmm.
I could have went the wrong way. So the possibilities was there for me. It's just what I wanted to do in my life. And I just pretty much stayed away from the wrong thing for a period of time till I graduated from high school, man, and I became an adult. I turned 18.
Right.
And, and all the kiddie stuff was out the window in my mind.
Right. You wasn't playing with toys no more.
Yeah, like, man,
you was able to get off the porch when it was time for you to get off the porch.
Exactly. So growing up around it, I always had access. I always had the opportunities because I wasn't shielded from it. It was right in my household, so I wasn't the one that had to go out into the streets to get it.
Right.
All I had to do was wake up in the morning,
yeah,
and it was right there in every form and fashion you could think of. I just did not choose to do it because I was dreaming.
Right.
And then once I got older and the dream started to get chipped away, and I'm sitting there, you know what, man, I'm gonna get me some money. And
Right.
that was the beginning, man. I even made it to a tech school out in Phoenix, taking
Oh, okay.
heat and ventilation and air conditioning. 18 years old, first time away from home. You know, growing up in the hood, let me give you this dynamic to give you a good understanding of me. Growing up in the hood and you trying to stay out of trouble. You trying to stay away from the wrong thing. And it looked like the guys is doing the wrong. They got the cars driving to school. They got the jewelry on. They got the fresh clothes.
Yeah.
You don't have that.
Right.
Because you doing it the right way. You know, you got your little part-time job. You ain't got nothing. Right. So I went to school, and I'm out here in school, and the students driving to school every day. They getting Thanksgiving dinner catered to them on the holidays. And here I am on a mountain bike.
Right.
So here I am on a mountain bike. So I'm like, this is the same thing playing out all over again. I'm doing the right thing and I ain't getting nowhere. Show me where this is paying off at.
Right.
So that's when I began to say, you know what? This ain't gonna work. This doing what you supposed to do, doing the right thing. I didn't know it was a marathon. Right. I thought it was a sprint to a better life. You know, I didn't know I had to put in the work a lot longer than I had in my mind.
Experience, man.
Yeah.
Best teacher. I always say it's the one you can't hire or fire.
For sure.
But you definitely got to experience it.
Yeah, man. So I started making the bad decisions, the bad choices, man. Came back to Milwaukee with number one thing on my mind. And the rookie mistake is I'm going to get in and get out. I'm going to get in, make me a little money. Then I'm going to go back to school. Every rookie in the book said that. That's a rookie mistake. You know, then now in my age and in my experience, if a young dude tell me I'm just going to get in and get out, I'm going to say, you fooling yourself. You fooling yourself. You going to get in and get out. A lot of old players and old hustlers thought the same thing you thinking. I'm going to get in and get out. And then here you go 25 years later and you stuck. You stuck. So that's a rookie mistake.
Man, so I mean, you know, I don't want to take you too far back into the actual situation.
But we can go.
But so when did everything change for you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's lead us up to the moment where you end up facing this time.
Okay, let me start from the moment when I walked out of school and started hustling. Let's go back because when I left to go to school, I didn't have a going away party. I didn't have a committee of people that had the pom-poms and cheerleading because Ed leaving the hood to go to school. It was birds chirping, man. It was quiet.
Right.
But when I picked that bag up and I got in the streets, everybody patted me on the back. Everybody said, oh, you about to come up. Everybody was screaming my name. So that was intoxicating in itself. So with you, and I know everybody going to be able to relate to this. When you start to hustle and to make a little money in the hood, you become the go-to guy. You become the guy that everybody call for help.
Because they know you're going to be there.
They know you're going to be there. Yeah. Whether it's money they need, a car they need, some drink they need, some barbecue, some meat to put on the grill, whatever they need, they know they can call on you. And once again, that's intoxicating. You become the man, everybody, let me call Ed, he got this, he got that. So with that being said, I became that go-to guy, which I didn't think about when I got into it, but you quickly morph into that. And when somebody had beef, they call you. And one time somebody called me for their beef, I intervened, and I ended up shooting somebody. End up facing the rest of my life in prison. Just because of being that go-to guy, not knowing how to say no.
Not knowing how to say no. So you said you showed up to somebody else's beef and you ended up pulling the trigger.
Yes.
Was it legit beef, or did you jump the gun how?
To be honest with you, what I perceived at that moment, yes, I perceived it in that moment to be a dire situation, to where it's escalating to the point of altercation. But after I got locked up and I had a chance to sit in that cell for those years, I was able to dissect that as well as my own life. And I said, man, it wasn't even that serious. But once again, whatever beast you feed gonna get stronger.
Right.
And once you tell yourself over and over again, this is danger, this is danger, this is danger. I liken it to a young lady that might see her sister get beat up, or her mom or her auntie get beat up growing up. And then one day she say, I ain't gonna never let no man put his hands on me. And then she gets into an argument with her boyfriend. But it's just an argument. And then she start attacking him. Because in her mind, she's already told herself from the age of 5, the age of 6 and 7 and 8, ain't nobody gonna ever put their hands on me. So I took it back. Those 20 years, I had a chance to sit and think back to all the fellas that got killed in the neighborhood. And I said, man, I ain't gonna never let that happen to me. And I think about all the times I went to parties, all the times I got into arguments with guys, and I overdid it because in my head, I ain't gonna let nobody do nothing to me.
Right.
And I carried that with me from the age of like 11, 12 years old, that I ain't gonna never let nobody do nothing to me.
Right.
And eventually that caught up with me.
Right.
So be careful about the promises that you make to yourself at a young age about, I ain't gonna never be broke. I ain't gonna never let nobody do nothing to me. Because now you might,
Right.
that might play out in your life.
No, I had a homeboy who was that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, he ended up missing when he went first.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was that guy, like respectfully, good dude, everything. But yeah, he had that same mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I definitely understand that.
Yeah, it's deeper 100%. Than what, you know, the news might portray or what people might say, because you might be arguing with an individual, but you don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know what they've been through.
You don't know where they just came from 20 minutes ago.
Man, without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
So with me being the one, I had the high top fade. I had the polka dots.
Yeah.
You know, I had the hammer pants. But underneath the polka dots, underneath the hammer pants, underneath the big high top fade with the dye streak in the front, the Kwame look, underneath all that was a young person that was saying to himself, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. Damn.
All right. Damn. You know what, man? So when you catch this time and you sitting in there and you thinking about that same concept that we're talking about right now, like, just walk me through a moment, just one moment when you was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
When you when it hit you, like, damn, I'm finna be here for that.
Yeah. Immediately. Immediately. I'm downtown Milwaukee in the county jail. I still don't know what's going on, but it's about 12:31 in the morning.
What you mean you didn't know what's going on? What you mean by that?
Cause when I shot, didn't nobody fall to the ground. It's not like the movies. You know, everybody thinks you shoot somebody and everybody falling down on the ground. Right. So, you know, everybody running. So this happened on the other side of the block.
Oh, okay.
So when you get downtown, you picked up. You don't know what's going on. You know, so the papers is slid under my door. And it said 1st degree intentional homicide, mandatory life sentence. And that's when it hits you. And at this moment, it's over. You know, I'm like, my life is over, man. I threw my life away. You know what I mean? So at that moment, you saying to yourself, I could have been something, man. I could have really done something with my life, man, if I would have just applied myself. At that moment, and now it's over for you. It's over. Your mama comes see you, you telling you, what happened? It's over, ma. You know, you should talk. We don't need to talk. It's over. It's over for me. I'm finna spend the rest of my life in prison. And your mama like, boy, shut up. Don't say that.
Right.
And you like, ma, it's over. It's over for me. But you know how mamas can be.
Right.
Mama's like, boy, be quiet. You got
something else going on.
Just get on your knees, pray, and lace them up.
Facts.
You know, lace them up.
Facts. So that's gonna lead me to this, because I was reading this article you was in, and you had said something that stood out to me in the article. You said, I spent 20 years in prison and I realized that I was in a dark place because I had to stop drinking. As a young 20-something-year-old man, those dreams I had as a kid were gone. When I identified the fact that I wasn't even living at all, because with no dreams, are any of us truly living? So I started a quest to purposely get my dreams back, to dream so big that it would scare me. So for the last 26 years, I've been dreaming like a 10-year-old child, and it's been my source of life. Dreams with risk. In order to live, I must dream. And while we take the risk anytime over losing I will take the risk anytime over losing my dreams. I have made a full commitment to never shrink in the face of risk of going after my dreams. And at that moment, I made that commitment. I got my life back.
Yes, sir.
I think that right there, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I read it, cause like I've been through like some crazy relationships and crazy shit in life. Where you kind of lose yourself now to the fact of where you are. Nah, I can't say I experienced that, or where you were, I should say. But no, I mean that was, to me, that was dope, because it's like you do kind of find yourself in a place where it's like, man, you know what? I don't even know what the fuck I'm finna do. Like you start to doubt yourself.
Yeah.
You start to lose where you are. You start to forget how dope of a dude you are. You know what I'm saying? And then you like, wait, I gotta get something back in me that's gonna get that drive going.
No doubt.
So no, I love that. I love that right there. I literally had to print that out, because I said, man, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. So you know what? When you started dreaming again, and you was like, I got my life back, you knew you already had the time, how long you was gonna sit.
Yeah.
Did you start? You started planning right then.
Right then and there, the research. This is all intentional. What I read, what I listen to, who I hang around, what I watch on TV, all gotta feed the dream.
Mm.
It can't be nothing. It can't be nothing. It can't be, oh, if somebody who disrespect me, I'm gonna mess him up. It can't be no more of that. It can't be no more menace to society.
Mm.
It can't be no more old dog. It can't be no more of that. It got to be all. I watched John Q 199 times while I was in there, because of the determination of Denzel Washington to get his son a heart. He would not give up. Yeah. So those type of things. I listened to I Believe I Can Fly over every time it came on the radio. I turned it up. That's what I fed myself for 20 years straight was Ed. You can do it. Ed, you can do it. The movies I watched, the magazines I read. In my cell, I had articles of people that was facing insurmountable odds, and they overcame them. I put those articles on my wall. So it was sort of a hypnotism. Just the way I fed myself all of the gangster music, the gangster movies, the gangster people. I surrounded myself around that 24/7 in my past. So why was it a surprise that I was in the situation that I was in?
Damn.
So how you figure you gonna eat, sleep, and drink this and gonna get a different outcome? So I identified that early on, and I started to feed myself positive things. Ed, you got a high mountain to climb, but you can do it. You can do it. So to this day, since 1996, man, I still to this day, I don't watch the news. I don't listen to too much of the gangster music. I still get my E40 in and my short dog in sometimes. But I don't live in that space.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I got to get my dose of Ed. You got it, baby. You got it. I got to hear that. I got to hear that. Because once again, it's a beast over here and it's a beast over there. Which one are you feeding? Which beast are you building up? And which beast are you killing out? That's just how it goes.
Facts. You know what? I like that type of energy, man. Like even right now, I just feel like, man, you know what? I'm thinking about my next move. Like, man, I need to go a little harder. I love that type of talk, that type of vibe, that type of energy, man. That drive is amazing, man. And it's good to see you have that after, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people get counted out when they go to jail, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And what I will say is, fortunately, I know at least three people, who did 10 or more years in prison and are doing fantastic right now, to the point where you wouldn't even know they was there.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And that's what I see in you.
Yeah.
And when I met you before, because mind you, this ain't the first time you blessed the IFYS. Like as soon as I was getting going, I didn't know which way to go. I just said, fuck it, I got a camera and a mic.
Right.
We finna get out here. Bro saw me. We was at Garfield days.
Yeah.
You saw me and I was standing out there. I was waiting on Rodney Poe to get off stage so I could say something to him.
Yeah.
And I saw you looking. You was like, hey man, can I say, oh, yeah, shout out.
No doubt.
And you shouted out your brand. You shouted out the fact that you had you was a motivational speaker. We got to talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And off camera, we had a little small conversation. And ever since then, man, I followed you on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. And man, the growth has just been great. And now, like, to see you here, because I was on the street, no real foundation, just a mic and a camera.
You've come a long way, brother. This is a awesome setup. This is excellent.
Man, I appreciate it.
It's an honor to come in and just experience it for sure.
Man, respect, man. I'm happy to hear you say that, man, because when you're working on something, you always see so much you can do differently, and then it's like people come in and show you the love, and it's like, I guess you're right.
Right. That's what's up. Sometimes it takes that. Those affirmations is real.
Right. Facts. So you know what I'm saying? Because I know it's so much information out there that people can search and really find out your real story, man. I don't want to dig too much deep into that portion where we was at because you got so much doper shit to talk about.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to jump into this. And 2016, you was released from prison.
Yes, sir.
You had a vision. You had a plan.
Yeah.
You had some experience you had put in for a while. You knew that you had to buzz different moves and you had to come out to a different vibe.
Yeah.
So what are some challenges that you received from from when you started getting things off the ground, coming from prison, but jumping into the basically corporate world?
I think that for me, and I try to tell people this so much about reintegrating back into the community from your situation. If you got a loved one, if you can get word to them, or if they get to see this podcast, make sure they see it, because if you got 5 years in prison, don't wait till 4 years, 6 months, and 6 months left. You say, all right, I'm getting ready to go home. I'm going to start preparing. I'm going to start reading. I'm going to start doing this. That's too late.
Right.
The sooner you get to working on self, the easier your transition going to be. It's never going to be easy. Achieving goals is nothing easy, but we can do hard things. But we have to build it up. It's no shortage of information. Information is everywhere. But it's short on executing the information. If I write down your workout for the next year, you got the workout. But can you get up every morning and do the workout? It's not the lack of information. So the fact that those of us that's incarcerated got time to do. We need to be working on ourselves, not just the plan, but working on ourselves so we can be the one that can execute the plan. Because right now you got the information. The internet got all the information, but you can't wake up every morning consistently and execute that information. So what I did while I was in there is I was preparing myself in every way that I could to be the person that could take the information and execute it. So if I told myself I was going to go to the library and get this book and I was going to read it and I didn't go, ain't no wreck tomorrow. Because I didn't do what I said I was going to do.
So you punished yourself.
I would punish myself.
Well, and during that time of punishment, would you then read the book?
And then that's when I'm going to get this book. So I'm going to skip wreck. I'm going to skip that meal I said I was going to make for myself. I had to punish myself in some way, not give myself a pass.
Damn, that's dope.
So you're giving yourself passes and you're not holding yourself accountable. So how can you execute anything in your life to get to your goals when you can't even hold yourself accountable for the things you said you was going to do? But I bet you can hold me accountable if I don't show up for you. But you can't hold you accountable for not showing up for you. And those are the type of things you got to start doing right away. You can't just flip a switch. This got to become common practice in your life because those are habits. And if you form a habit of just laying on your bunk every day and you think you're going to change that when you walk out of prison, another rookie mistake. You gotta start changing those habits as soon as possible. So when you walk out of there, it's second nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you got to make sure if your loved one is in there, and even people, let me get this out before I even forget it. Let me tell you about incarceration. Let me tell you about prison. Prison is a physical thing, but also prison is a mental thing. So I tell people this: I was incarcerated years before I went in physically.
Damn.
Let me say that to you again.
Damn.
I was already in prison before I got there physically. My
God
body
damn.
just caught up with my mind. Let me tell you what my mind, how I was incarcerated. My dreams was gone, number one. I wasn't dreaming no more like that 8, 9, 10-year-old kid. Them dreams was gone.
Right.
Number two, I didn't believe I can do nothing else. My belief is my self-esteem in what I can achieve in life, that was gone. You know what my self-esteem was attached to? How many females I can get this weekend when I go to the club? That's what my self-esteem hinged on. You know how many numbers I got? Boy, I'm killing it. That was my self-esteem. So therefore, I was already incarcerated.
Mm.
Then when my body got there, I was like, I've been here. I've been here. And then once I freed myself from that mental incarceration, I was free way before I got out. That's when my body got out. But I was free because I had got my dreams back. I had got my self-esteem and belief that I could do anything back. So once you lose that, you incarcerated already. Not the same form of incarceration, but you in a bigger form of incarceration. Because let me tell you what, ain't no doors, ain't no locked doors, ain't no guards, ain't no barbed wire fences, ain't no big walls you got to climb over to get out. See that mental incarceration? You can get out of that right now. Why you won't get out? Ain't nobody with no shotgun making sure you stay mentally incarcerated. You just can't get out. See, in a physical prison, the door's locked. We can't get out. But in that mental prison, you can get out and won't even get out. You can get out of the physical prison and still be in the mental prison. You could be a person that ain't never been to a physical prison and in a mental prison. Talking about you ain't never been locked up. You've been locked up. You just don't know it. Think about that. Hi, my name is Ed Hennings, the owner and founder of the Ed Hennings Workbook Company. And I just want to take you back to about 3 years ago when we founded this company, and it started just with a conversation about having boots for men, having good, comfortable work boots for men. But we didn't want to just have this any old work boot. We wanted a boot that kind of stood out. I've been in on the conversations in those trade schools where the young guys that's learning a new trade, they just won't wear the old boots. They come in the classroom and the young fellas got the boots kicked off. I've been in those meetings with the big companies where the employees say, we like our work boots, but they just don't look like nothing we would wear. And that's why we come with a whole different look from all the other work boots in the game. A work boot where you could be yourself. Because we know just how productive you can be when you being yourself. You're not trying to be nobody else.
Man, motivation is like I said this before on one of my other shows. It's one of my favorite words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
inspiration is mine. Same thing, inspiration.
Yeah,
I
because
think that's the highest form of humanity. Is to inspire other human beings to be all that they can be.
Man,
it don't get no higher. Ain't nothing you can do for a person that can top that.
And that's why information for your soul for me is so important. And I don't care exactly where it goes as long as I continue to do what I know I'm I'm enjoying to do. Like it feeds me.
Yeah.
To have people like you or somebody who opened up a barbershop or somebody who got a clothing line or a musician who out there, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing and trying to get it out there. I want to be somebody on that street team, on that internet social media networking portion to be like, hey, check this person out because it's something y'all need to hear, something y'all need to see. It's inspirational, it's motivational. The energy is great. Like I love that, man. I love that. I love that. So, okay, so when you get out 2016, what was your first venture?
Let me tell you, man, I was this is gonna be funny. It always amused me, man. I was gone 20, right? So I got a job at G's Clippers, man. I called G's from prison. I never been there, I've been gone, but I heard a lot about, G and his barbershop, man. So I just gave it a call, man. Like, man, I got my barber license since I've been in here. Man, they say I can get a job at a barbershop. I'm gonna be on work release. What's up, man? He said, man, they called me down for an interview. So I get there, man, and I'm working. He gave me the job, so I'm ecstatic. I'm happy.
Oh,
I'm working from prison.
shout out to G.
Man, big shout out, man. Big shout out. Salute, man. It was a catalyst in everything you see me doing today.
Yeah.
I never forget that, man. And I was cutting hair in G's, man, and these women was coming in. They was coming in looking one way, and they was walking out looking like a whole nother person. And I'm all new to the game.
Right.
So I'm like, man. So I go to the back and I'm asking the beauticians, what are y'all doing to these women, man? What is, they come in with hair this short, and they coming out with it now, they looking gorgeous, man. I need to know what y'all doing. And they said, yeah, they got bundles. I'm like, what the? Excuse
Oh,
my
because
French.
right before you went there, they probably was
96.
Just, right, like that
It
was
wasn't no such thing.
Yeah.
Now I come home, they got bundles.
I mean, weave was like something you would hear about, like Shanae.
Yeah, it was taboo.
Yeah,
It was a knock. You know what I'm saying? You knock a female, got that damn weave in your ear.
Nasty. Get that shit
You know
out.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's bundles? They pull them out the bag and show me. So I kept watching. Now, the entrepreneur in me is there. So I asked G, I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to sell some hair. He was like, you going to what? I said, man, you know what? Can I sell some bundles? He was like, go ahead. It was a joke. So I went to the back. I said, hey, where can I get some of these bundles from? They was like, do. So I got on the internet. I'm new to Google. I'm new to all this. Everything is new. I Google bundles. And they keep giving me this stuff. But every night I'm Googling bundles. I'm Googling it. Then I just start learning.
Yeah.
It was really like educational.
Right.
So I'm learning about bundles, where they come from. What's
makes,
real,
what
what's
make
fake.
This one bigger,
What make this one better? I just learning. Then I took a trip to Miami. Some females was in Miami. They had a big old bundle store. And I walked in there. And I was like, I'm from Milwaukee. And I want to learn about bundles. And they was like, you do? They sat me down, man. They start schooling me. Then I went to Atlanta. And I went in their bundle store. And they start schooling me. I wasn't, man.
It was not playing.
I wasn't playing, man.
You saw the growth in it.
I seen it. Because I kept seeing them on, every time I Google, I kept seeing the Miami bundles.
Mm-hmm.
I kept Googling, I kept seeing the Atlanta bundles. So I was like, I gotta go down there and meet them.
Yeah.
So I went, took my trips. I came back. I was like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I had $7,500 saved up, man. I took $5,500 and I bought bundles. I took $5,500 and I bought bundles, man. I bought me an $800 hoopty, and I was rolling. Yeah, I said I delivered.
And
women
the
being
bundles did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Man,
Made you feel like you was back in the game for a minute.
Look, that's how I was moving. Same principle.
You know what? Right. Same right.
Man, just switched hustles.
Yeah.
I just switched hustles, man. Shout out to my boy in Shy, man, Aaron Smith. Switch hustles.
Shout out to Aaron Smith, man.
Switch hustles. Check him out, man. It's the same game, man. You just got to switch hustles. Apply them same principles, just switch hustles.
Dog, that's good. That's what's up. So the barbershop from prison at G's.
Yeah.
Then flipping the bundles.
Yeah.
And
then I opened my barbershop a year after that. I came home October.
You'll be your own barbershop a year after being out of prison.
I came home October 2016, December 2017, man. I opened my own shop.
Man, shout out to that.
Selling bundles and cutting hair. On the grind, man. Saving every nickel.
That's super dope.
And I'm going to tell you this. This is what I learned during this time. I'm going to give you the nuggets for each step. The first nugget was I learned that it wasn't how much I was making. It was how much I was spending. The barbers in there, they was making way more money than me, but they was spending more money than me. So I was saving everything I touched. They was making 2x, 3x, 4x as much as I was, but they was ordering food every day. They was buying stuff from people that was selling stuff.
So they was coming in 50% of their profit.
They was spending 90% of their profit. And I was saving 90% of mine. And I was coming out good because my 5-year plan happened in 1 year. And it wasn't because I was making a whole bunch. It was because I wasn't spending nothing.
Well, how you plan?
It's the back end, not the front end. They don't print enough money to cure bad spending habits. You can make $1 million and spend it all in 2 days.
Facts. I remember Shaq said that. Shaq said he
I
spent
learned
$1
it
million
firsthand.
in 1 day.
I learned it firsthand. Is you got to get disciplined on that back end.
Yeah.
In trucking, somebody can say, man, I'm going to give you $5,000 to take this load from here to there. And you like, oh, I'm going to take that load. But then after you get done taking that load and make it back home, you realize you got $500 in your pocket.
Right.
It costs $4,500 to do the load. Mm-hmm. So you're looking at the $5,000 on the front end. But you don't know to complete the whole mission, it's going to cost you about $4,000, $4,500, and you end up with $500 profit. You like, man, so you learn quickly.
Yeah.
It's the back end. Don't never let nobody trick you about that front end. It's that back end that's going to get you.
That's where a lot of people get hit, though, man. When people flash a couple dollars in somebody's face, that's what it is. You got a nigga out the hood, motherfucker like, man, I'm going to give you $100,000 a day. You like, today? Nigga don't think 6 months from now, damn, I ain't even paid him back 20 yet.
It's the back end.
You know what I'm saying? Like, end. Shit, you got, I get that, man.
Even rolling, you know what I'm saying? You gonna get caught, gonna have to go do some time. That's the back end. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna be like, it wasn't even worth all this. Because you didn't think about the back end. All you looking at is the front end.
Right.
The front end is I'm getting this bread. The back end is I'm gonna have to go do this time. You know what I'm saying?
Or put in that work. And it ain't nothing like getting paid first and having to work for it later. Ain't nothing like having to work for something that you didn't already spent the money on, and you know tomorrow you ain't getting nothing else out of it.
I'm gonna tell you this, even with a relationship, the back end.
Yeah.
The front end, she's fine. The front end, he handsome. The back end, he ugly.
And then she's a bitch. Straight up. She's a motherfucking bitch. The motherfucker like, yo.
Yeah. The back end says.
No, facts. So let's go into the trucking. I mean, well, first, how many barbers did you have in the shop?
I had about 5. I had about 2-3 stylists. And about 2-3
Do you still have the barbershop?
No, I got rid of the barber right after COVID. They shut me down during COVID.
Okay.
And then when I came back from COVID, I ran it for about another year. And then the trucking business was going so good, it pulled me up out of it.
Go time trucking.
Go time.
It's go time.
Yes, sir.
So the shit, let's go there. What you haul?
Man, I was doing what they call final mile deliveries. We was hauling furniture.
Okay.
So I would get contracts with different furniture companies like IKEA, like Wayfair. And they would load my truck up every morning with their orders.
Okay.
And I would go around delivering to residents and businesses.
Yeah.
So it'd be 2-man crews.
I got you. Okay.
And we was killed. We was doing great in it. It was a great run.
Okay. So where you at with it now?
Right now I'm driving the truck myself. No more employees. No more 5-6 trucks running. I think it just ran its course, man. My drivers. They got what they got out the game, man. They moved on, and I moved on to different endeavors, and trucking has been great for me. I'm driving one, getting it out by myself, but I don't choose to run it up to 5 and 6 trucks no more. Here go another nugget. With business, dreaming big, having big dreams. If you got 99 trucks, how many can you drive?
Woo! Damn.
You only can drive one. So you're going to need people.
Man,
you're going to need people. So I had to go from Ed the hustler, Ed that'll get out here and outwork everybody, to Ed the talent scout. Mm-hmm. And that's how you got to learn that you can't do everything yourself. If you're going to grow and scale to get to those numbers, you might be a hardworking person, but you're only one person. If you got 10 Walmarts, you're going to need to know how to go out and hire and fire people in order for those Walmart businesses to thrive. So you only going to go so far by yourself. And I learned this in trucking. Like, hey, if I got 20 chairs in the barbershop, I can't run all 20 chairs. I need people. So I had to go from Ed to outworking everybody to Ed to know how to go out and find people that work just as hard as him, that got some dreams and goals of their own, and to help further the vision that I have as well.
Right.
And that's a whole nother hat.
Oh,
That's a whole nother hat besides working hard.
man, you see, I'm here, and I got my homeboy with me and bro in here trying to get it, but it's not. You gotta find people that see the same vision as you.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying. Like you right about that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother hat.
Right. Whole nother hat.
You got to switch hats.
100%. I'm a floor manager at my job, so
yeah,
you know, whole different hat.
Yeah, hiring and firing ain't nothing like working hard.
Yeah, it ain't. It's actually total opposite. Total opposite.
The first millionaire.
It's a mindset.
The first millionaire said this, and look, man, I'm giving $1 million worth of game out tonight. But the first millionaire said this. He said, "Do I use 100% of my effort, or do I use 1% of 100 other people's efforts?" 100% of my effort,
100% of my effort,
or 1% from 100 other people's efforts.
Is that you asking? Should I answer that?
That's what he said.
Oh, that's what he said.
That's the philosophy he gave as you grow and scale.
Yeah, that's
because you can't do it. You can use 100% of your effort, and you still can't drive number one truck.
I was just about to say, like, I mean, shit.
You're gonna need that 1% of somebody else's effort.
You're gonna, need absolutely, absolutely.
You're gonna need
100%. Nobody can do it by themselves.
You can't.
It ain't even worth doing it by yourself. What I will say is finding good help is crazy.
It is. It's harder than working hard.
Because it starts out, a lot of people start out good until they get comfortable or they start to get a couple dollars in their pocket or they feel a little piece of power, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
I've had guys drive on the truck with me, man. And at the end of the week, they get $1,500 for driving that week. And you don't see them no more.
They good. That's
they
enough.
Gone.
I got enough.
They gone. It ain't no, I'm going to come back and get another 15. I'm out of here.
I got enough.
They gone.
Niggas be like, I got enough.
1,500, I'm gone.
Like, what's enough?
You won't see me next week.
I don't even know what enough is. I be broke when I got money, man. I don't know what you talking about. I got to go to work overtime on payday. What you mean? I ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother podcast.
Facts.
That's a whole nother podcast right there.
So we're gonna let's jump into the answers.
Yeah.
I know y'all see the book sitting up here. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna jump into the joints is fire.
Thank you.
Them joints is fire. We're gonna jump into all of that. But let's get into the answers, man. One thing before we get that far, I wanna say, like, your presence and your conversation, it is powerful and it's impactful. So I can see you having a book, but just get into why it's called The Answers.
Yeah. Like I said, I came home from prison. It took me 1 year. I opened up my barbershop, man. I mean, just on the grind, right? And then I end up starting a trucking business. And my grandma, when they told her, he about to start a trucking business. He got that barbershop. My grandmama called me to the porch. She said, "Come here." So I came up to the porch and she said, "Boy, don't you think that barbershop enough?" And I was like, "Oh, Ma, no, Because what have a tendency to happen is our loved ones will love our dreams right out of us. And not intentionally and not maliciously. It's all out of love. If grandma or mama or daddy or somebody that love you see you flying or finna jump off and fly, they're going to say, "Get down from there. You're going to hurt yourself." Because they never flew.
Right.
So it looks scary to them. It looks like you going to get yourself in some trouble.
Yeah.
So grandma out of love is like, "Be careful. Be careful." And I'm like, "Ma, I can fly. Believe me, I can fly." So the next thing was I put a bid in on a house next door to my grandmama's house, the house I grew up in. And I went in that day and I said, "Ma, I put a bid on that house." And next thing you know, I got it. And my grandmama's eyes lit up.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, people been asking me to write a book. They've been asking me, how did you do it? You only been home 1.5 years, 2 years. You got a barbershop. You done bought a house. You drive a Mercedes Benz. How did you do that? And I ain't never went to prison.
Mm.
And I said, now's the time to write the book. And I titled it The Answers to Those Questions.
Man, shout out.
How did you do it?
Shout out to that.
Those are the answers.
Shout out to that, man. That is, man, you know what? I'm inspired and intrigued now. Like just hearing this, man, is very, very motivational. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, not to go from the book straight to the shoes, but I remember going to what's it called? High point, what's the name
High
of that?
test.
High test.
High test.
Oh my God, man. You know how many jobs I went to at High Test to get shoes? I'm talking about the Rockports.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers was like $150, $175.
Yeah. Yeah,
like, man, I ain't gonna lie, they was some good. They lasted long or whatever, but they wasn't as fly. You know what I'm saying? These right here, you could wear like this time of year. You throwing them on anyway. I almost threw the Timbs on today.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying.
That's the whole message.
Yeah, is these not steel tarred?
No, hit them soft toes.
Okay,
right there. Ain't no stealing those.
Yeah,
ain't no stealing those.
No, they'll fly. Y'all check these out here. Y'all check these out here, man. I know y'all been seeing them sitting on the table. But the quality on them, deep dish, treads, soles. Yeah.
That's that thing right
Yeah.
there.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, and that's my...
And these the steel toe.
And it goes to business 101, right? Business 101 is this. Solving a problem. You don't have a business if you're not solving a problem, right? So... when you start thinking about work boots, the number one problem is the boots are comfortable. The boots are quality, but they just don't look like nothing I would wear.
Oh yeah.
They just don't look like me.
No, we rocking these.
So therefore, when you talk about an Ed Hennings work boot, you talk about our motto: look good, you feel good. You feel good, you do good. And if you do good, goddamn it, life is good.
Life is good.
So just think about that. The psychology behind looking good. You look good, you feel good. You feel good, you do good. I just put up a quote yesterday that said Michael Jordan put on a brand new pair of Jordans every basketball game because he said it made him feel like an energized kid.
Mm.
So the psychological advantage that came from Michael Jordan putting on a new pair of shoes every basketball game made him feel like an energized kid, which in turn affected his performance. So think about it from a scientific perspective. It's called dopamine. So when somebody say, ooh, them are dope, that means the dopamine in your brain is released into your body, which is they call the happy hormone, the hormone that relieves stress. The hormone that boosts performance. So looking good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you're going to do good. So you can't even be at your best if you don't look in the mirror and feel good about what you see.
Man, I ride that wave 100%. I've been getting my hair cut every week for fucking 17 years just because when I feel better.
That's right.
When I'm fly. You know what I'm saying? I feel better when I look in the mirror, like, even when I can judge myself, like, he could have did this, but, you know, it's simple shit. You're right.
Let me tell you this. When a professor puts on that white coat, he feels smarter.
Yeah.
He feels smarter.
Facts.
Don't underestimate the power of what you see when you look in the mirror. So I knew to connect the dots and say, you know what? You can boost your style's performance. You can boost your own performance. And Ed Hennings work boots. Why? Because when you put them on in the morning, you put your Carhartt on. You know, everybody rocking that Carhartt right now.
Man, you know what? Carhartt, man, that shit like true religion right now.
So when you put the work boots on and it match that Carhartt, and you feel good about going in, when you go into work today, you're going to be less stressful.
Hey, what's dope though? What's dope though is you go on the website, you could get the puffer coat to match the Ed Hennings boots. You ain't even got to buy the Carhartt.
You ain't even got to buy the Carhartt.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I think it's just enough room for all of us. So I ain't even tripping on Carhartt and Timberland.
Respectfully.
We all gonna do this together.
Yeah.
You know, because them butters is top dog.
No, that's dope. That's dope. So let me ask you this: what was the moment you realized that the website was inspiring people? Because you did create the website and all that, but and just the selling of the product, the boots, the coats, the hats.
Yeah.
Like, when did you realize other people was appreciating it and seeing your vision?
Man, just the people, the outpour, man. I gotta say, man, first of all, a lot of people have horror stories about starting their businesses and coming home from prison. People rejected me. People looked at me funny. I started my business. Didn't nobody support me? Yeah, I had those instances. I'm not gonna sit up here and say everything's been all gravy and nobody don't say, "Hey, you a fella," or "I ain't buying your boots," or "I ain't coming to your barbershop," or "I ain't reading your book." I get that stuff too. But I can honestly sit up here and say, man, I got to salute the community. Y'all welcomed me back from 20 years in prison like no other.
Yeah.
Y'all have tapped into my entrepreneurial endeavors like no other. So I don't have a lot of those horror stories. I have them, but I choose to highlight those of you who have embraced.
Man, respect. Shout out to that, man. You know, I gotta give a clap to that. I gotta give a clap to that. That's respect.
To big up those that have showed me love. I ain't got no time to sit up here for hours talking about those that haven't. I choose to take that energy and talk about those of you that rock with me. You know what I'm saying? That rock like my man. We met and he rocked with me ever since. So I salute him. He could have just went on to something else, but he stayed locked in with me, man, this whole journey. So I'm here today because of that. And that's what's up.
Respect. Respect, man. I definitely, once again, definitely respect
Bless
that.
up, bro.
It's
Bless
good to
up.
see you moving and grooving, man. I love that
I
shit.
signed up for this, man. I signed up for it.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip over all that. Cause you know what I'm saying, like all that, like you didn't tapped into a little bit of it all. What about the shout out to edhennings.com. Check it out.
EdHenningsCO.com.
edhenningsco.com.
Yeah.
You could get the book, you could get the boots, either one. They also he also got like more casual type shoes, you know what I'm saying, for summer wear, coats, hats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, respect, man. That's super dope. So I got 5 solid questions. All right. That I just wanna
speed question.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
No.
They kinda in depth.
Okay.
They kinda in depth. But I mean it's to me it's some inspirational type of answers. I'm sure you got it.
Let me lock in for this.
Okay, so number 1. Looking back, do you believe prison was something that happened to you or something that happened for
you? Both. I believe it was the worst thing and the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. The best thing was it gave me purpose. When I got in there and I seen the big, strong men been locked up for decades, pumping that iron, had muscles on top of muscles, but they didn't believe that they could do anything other than that. They didn't do anything. They was just bone crushers. But I seen through that, and I seen on the inside that I needed to show them that we could walk out of here and do more than just that. So I gained that purpose immediately, and I lived in it, and I walk in it to this day. It gave me the fire in my gut to watch my parents and my siblings sit in the courtroom and me get treated like a monster, get told that I had done so much wrong, and that was humiliating. That made me feel so small. And I knew, man, if I got anything in my body and I get another chance, I'm going to give it everything in my soul. I'm going to give it everything, man, till I leave this earth. I'm leaving here on empty. And that's how I've been living. And that's what prison gave me. It gave me a fire that just won't go out. And ain't nothing I can do about it. That was so humiliating. 20 years of strip searching, 20 years of cell searching, 20 years of you can't do this, go to bed. 20 years straight, pure humiliation, watching your parents. If you care about anybody in your life, those people gonna be hurt so bad watching you go to prison. It's gonna be humiliating. And I carry that with me every day because I know what that feel like, and it didn't feel good. So the best thing was that. I walked away from that. But the worst thing was, I heard a lot of people say, I wouldn't change a thing because prison gave me this. And I get that. And I wouldn't change that part of it. But the part of it that I would change is this. I left my kids out here without a daddy. And it's nothing that I probably could accomplish that could replace not being out here to pour into my kids and guide them and make them little versions of myself. When I came home being gone for 20, my kids was adults with kids. So me being able to pour into that 2 and 3 and 4 and 5-year-old, I had missed it. And that's priceless. So while I still try to inspire my children, try to motivate them, I missed out. I missed the opportunity to be a daddy. I missed the opportunity to guide lives, guide the lives that I was responsible for. So on one end, yes, I wouldn't change that fire in my gut. I wouldn't change that inspiration. I wouldn't change any of that purpose, but I left my kids. That was the cost. That was the cost. I left my kids out here. Not to mention, my victim passed away and they wasn't there for their kids.
Right.
So I let my community down. So I carry that. I wasn't positive for my community at that time. So you got to understand, if I could reverse that, man, I probably would, man. And that goes out to my victims' kids. That goes out to my kids. I just don't know if it's anything that I can do that can replace that father not being there for their family and for their community. And that's just how I feel. And nobody's wrong if they don't feel the same way. Nobody's wrong. It's just how I feel.
Right. Whew, that's deep. That's deep. Okay. What's a myth people believe about starting over after incarceration that you strongly disagree with?
I strongly disagree with the sentiment in society. Let me tell you this. June 11, 1996, I became a felon. I was more dangerous when I wasn't a felon than when I went to prison. The person that wasn't a felon, I was way more dangerous than I am now as a felon. It ain't the guy that's walking out of prison that's the most dangerous guy. It's the guy next door to you that ain't never been to prison. That got something going on behind that door that you don't know nothing about. He a lot more dangerous, but society has the sentiment that, oh, you've been to prison, you dangerous. Oh boy, you got it. You just don't know.
Right.
Ed was a lot more dangerous before he got caught than after he got caught. Ed, the non-felon, he doing a whole lot of stuff. Ed, the felon, ain't doing nothing.
Right, cautious.
Ed ain't doing nothing.
Thinking twice, thrice.
The guys I know, a lot more dangerous when they wasn't felons than they is now. Post-incarceration. A lot more mild-mannered, a lot more understanding, a lot more willing to conflict resolute.
Facts. Hey, let's talk about it.
All right.
Matter of fact, no, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying.
Okay, right. Let's talk this out.
We don't got to fight about it. Everybody got to go to jail. Police ain't got to get called. I don't need none of that.
I strongly disagree with society's perspective and sentiment because I had it and I understand where it's come from, but it's far from the truth.
Okay. So if somebody, one of the listeners now, is feeling trapped to circumstances, past mistakes, or their own mindset is getting in their way, what is the first uncomfortable truth they need to accept?
The first uncomfortable truth, that's just it. You got to get uncomfortable. You're trying to do it comfortably. You're trying to do it around the same people you've been around. You're trying to do it with the same mindset that you always had. You're trying to do it listening to the same music you always listen to. You're trying to do it with the same girlfriend you always had. You're trying to do it with the same advice from the same people you've been getting it from. All that got to go. You got to go to a situation or environment like this where they talking positive. And at first it's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be like, man, I ain't used to hearing about listening to all these square people. I ain't used to hearing these square people talking all this.
That's
stuff,
crazy.
all
That's
this type of
considered
stuff.
square, huh?
Yeah, you know how
That's
we
crazy.
get, you know how we
Yeah,
kick it.
that's crazy.
You know, oh man, I ain't really used to all this type of talk. You know, I'm used to putting the smoke in the air and talking about who got shot last night, who got robbed, who didn't do nothing, who got shot and didn't do nothing about it. You know, we on this type of tip. You know, now we back onto the real life of, you know what, man? I hang around people that talk about, you know, turning their life around. And it's not gonna be an instant thing, but just keep putting yourself in that room. Keep putting yourself in that room. Like, man, and pretty soon, that other stuff gonna be foreign to you. Only reason why it's like eating. If you ain't ate broccoli before and you've been eating them annihilators and gummy bears, broccoli gonna be nasty.
Definitely.
But keep eating broccoli.
Yeah, and find ways to make it better for you.
That's right. Keep eating that broccoli. Watch what's gonna happen. In about a month, you're gonna be like, man, broccoli all right. It ain't that bad.
You might even start fucking with the non-laters.
And then that's just how it goes. You've been feeding. I'm gonna keep saying this. You've been feeding the wrong beast. And you trying to do it with that beast. He's too strong. You gotta starve him. And once he start getting weaker and weaker, that positive beast, that I can do it beast, that I can overcome whatever come my way, beast gonna get stronger. Right now, my life, it wasn't strong when I was 19 and 20. But now, 26 years of feeding that beast, that's all I know. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else. All I know is I can do it. I went from starting a barbershop to writing a book to starting a trucking business. I started a work boot business. I ain't know nothing about boots.
I need some flying
but I believe that I can do it. Now I can break a boot down. I can tell you the collar, the upper, the weft, the midsole, the sole. I can break it all the way down, every nook and cranny of a boot and design it. But that all came from just, I didn't know what I was doing, but I believed I could. That's all it is. I just believe. You don't. And how you gonna believe it ain't gonna come from me. It's gonna be coming from you putting yourself in that space consistently. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. That's all I hear. But it wasn't always that way.
Dope. No, that's dope. That's dope. So, looking ahead, do you see edhennings.com expanding as far as more education, more mentorship, more community, or something even bigger than all of that put together?
I think on this journey of mine, man, it has, first, all I want to do is open a barbershop. Once I opened a barbershop, a guy sat in my chair and told me about trucking.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I'm gonna do that. From trucking, me and my woman, we talking about my next investment. She said, what about men boot? What about men's shoes? She didn't even say work boots. Next you know, I researched work boots and found out that's where I belong because I'm the hardest working man in the game. I wear work boots every day. Oh man, now I'm in work boots. So all I'm saying is you don't know what your journey is, but all you know is you stay in line with your purpose.
Yeah.
And my purpose is to inspire people that come from where I come from to believe in themselves. The most powerful thing you can ever say in your life, you, your children, your loved ones, the most powerful thing you ever gonna utter out of your mouth is I did it.
I did it.
Whenever a little kid is learning how to walk and they come in there and say, Mama, Daddy, I did it. Basketball, football, reading, I did it.
I did it.
That's the most empowering thing that you ever gonna experience. And you just gotta get used to saying that. I did it.
I did it.
Take on the next challenge.
Yeah.
Take on the next challenge. And you'll get used to saying, I did it. I took on that challenge. I did it. I took on that challenge. I did it. And that's what it's been for me. Take on challenge after challenge after challenge. Because guess what? I did it. It's so powerful.
And I ain't gonna even jack. You just answered the last question all the way. You answered the last question all the way. So we gonna just skip right over that because that was basically the size of it.
I would like to hear it. Let's hear it.
Well, the last question is: if edhennings.com could leave a legacy 10 years from now, what impact would make you say this was all worth it?
Yeah, man. So far.
And I mean, what you just said was shit. I mean, to say I did it.
Let me be specific. To see guys walk out of prison now and be so successful. Why? Because Ed Hennings came out and opened that barbershop up. And word got back to prison, and it gave them hope. They came into that barbershop on release day and looked around, and they walked out of there with so much confidence. Just to know when Ed Hennings wrote a book, it made guys from the hood and from prison believe that they could do the same thing. Now they writing books, starting businesses, driving trucks, all because of that purpose. Walking in purpose, knowing that it's bigger than just you.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
Dog, that's, man. Have you ran into any of your cellmates back from back then?
Oh yeah, all the time. All the time. All the time.
That's good.
Yep.
That's
all
good.
The time.
A lot of them doing fairly well for themselves.
A lot of people came out of prison, man. They in politics. They entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. They supervisors. They managers. Mm-hmm. They work in the community. Mm-hmm. They got barbershops.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. Ever since I said, man, this is my purpose in life. Is to make sure somebody believes in themselves. Forget believing in Ed, but Ed wants you to believe in you.
Believe in you.
I'm going to be all right.
Right.
We going to get you straight.
Man, respect. Respect. Shout out to that. Make sure y'all get yourself together. Think about what's happening with you. Like what they say on the airplane. In case of an emergency, secure your own mask before helping others.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with helping other people. Ain't nothing wrong with being there for them.
That's right.
But you have to make sure that your foundation is sturdy enough to carry them on it. Otherwise, both of y'all gonna fall through it. I mean, that's just what it is. So before we get up out of here, I gotta do what I always do. You know what I'm saying? We got the IFYS t-shirt. I gotta bless yet another guest.
Yes, sir.
Man, I appreciate you taking some time out your busy day, man. You know what I'm saying? Information for your soul, man, where we network, support, promote, shout out, show love, and give people their flowers right here, right now. What y'all need to do is check out edhennings.com, edhenningsco.com. Check out the work boots. Check out the apparel. Check out he got hats. You know what I'm saying? You can get the hat, the coat.
You see it?
You know what I'm saying? Get the hat, the coat, and the boots. When you leave work, you go right downtown to Water Street. Look. See?
Go another one.
See?
The chocolate.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, I got fur in mine. You might not want that. I like to stay warm.
See? So yeah, man, respect. I appreciate all the love, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Like, subscribe to the channel. Follow Ed Hennings on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. No, not TikTok. You on TikTok? Okay, you on X. You don't use that? So I thought I saw that on the web. Okay. Facebook, Instagram, for sure.
TikTok and LinkedIn.
And you could really just Google the man.
Yeah.
Just Google it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you that. And buy the book, The Answers. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Make sure y'all tap in. So with that being said, 100, respect.